Following on from the fork video I did a little while ago, sort of a medieval style cutlery eating fork, I think today I'm going to try and make a spoon in the same sort of a style. I think I have tried spoons before, but they were never really any good. So let's just have a crack at it and see what I can do. So I think to start this spoon off, I'll put a bit of an upset in it, so I've then got more material in the end, which I can then spread out into a spoon shape. So at least that's my thinking. I don't really know. We'll see. So I'm going to put a little bit of a point on the end of this bar, I think. As you know, a spoon isn't quite a circle, it has a sort of a bit of a taper on the end, so it's all about the preform. So I'll get the preform right by putting a little bit of a point on this bar, and then we'll spread it. Maybe a bit more, I don't know, I'm making it up. That might do it, so I'll isolate this off and then spread it. Crosspin here, so I'm going to use this side to spread the material out for the spoon. Using this curve-faced hammer, I'm now going to spread that material a bit more sort of in all directions and smooth out those cross-peen marks so we've got a nice clean surface. Just get rid of that scale. You know when I was saying preform is important? This shows why, as I should have done a much longer taper on the end so that we had more material coming out here. So I've got a spoon, and as you can see, they're very different shapes, and that's because this taper needed to be longer, so we have more material out here to create more of a sort of pointed shape to the spoon. But I think we should still be able to make this work. It'll just be a bit smaller, so I'll cut most of this material off, unfortunately. But that's a lesson to be learned. Preform is everything. The actual spoon shape here, it's not quite a perfect, spherical dish. So I can't use a dishing swage, which I have. I really need a spoon swage, which I don't have. So to make this shape, I think I'm gonna do it sort of by hand, just with a ball peen. And I think I'll start using a wooden block, dishing it into that, and then we'll go from there, I think. Here we are. It's a little bit smaller than an actual spoon. So it's like in between a teaspoon and a tablespoon or dessert spoon. And that's all about the preform. So we should have had a bit of a longer taper on that bar so that the material was already in the right places for us to then spread it. And it would have meant that we would have had a much better shape without having to angle grind and cut lots of material off, so the material would have been where we wanted it. But it's still a nice little spoon. What I'm going to do now is just come here, take all of these sharp corners off, cut it off the bar, put a little twist on it, make it fancy, and that's about it really. So let's do that. There we go. I'm pretty happy with how this spoon turned out. That shape I thought was going to be much harder to get, and it was all about that preform. So the first preform I should have had a longer taper, which meant that I would have had a bigger spoon, so the material was in the right place at the start, rather than using an angle grinder to cut off the excess material that should have been moved to the front of the spoon to elongate it. But anyway, I think it's still a nice little spoon. Medieval style, like that fork I made a little while ago. If you want to watch that video, I'll put it in the description below. And anyway, yeah. So, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.